Good morning, everyone. I am Gary Ezzell, one of the worship associates here at the Unitarian Universalist Congregation, Phoenix. Our minister, the Reverend Christine Dance, is away this week. And so our service is being led by Katie Quinn and me, with an additional reflection from Daisy Danforth. Welcome to UUCP, our beloved community. The Unitarian Universalist Congregation of Phoenix strives to be a spiritual community for our time, focused on diverse theological perspectives, radical inclusion, and knowing that issues of justice and equity shape everything we do. With a special awareness for those who have been historically marginalized, we welcome all of every race, class, ethnicity, immigration status, sexual orientation, gender identity, religious background, mental and physical ability, and disability. We welcome your whole self, your family, into our worship as we build a community of kindness, caring, courage, and hope. Come, in all of our multiplicity, let us be together. Our opening words are from Frederick Buechner. We find by losing. We hold fast by letting go. We become something new by ceasing to be something old. Out of each old self that dies, some precious essence is preserved for the new self that is born. And within the child self that is part of us all, there is perhaps nothing more precious than the fathomless capacity to trust. I invite you to grab a chalice or a candle from your home as we recite our covenant and light our chalice together. Please share out loud with me. Love is the doctrine of this congregation. The quest for truth is our sacrament, and service is our prayer. To dwell together in peace, to seek knowledge in freedom, to share our strength in fellowship. Thus do we covenant.
Hello, I'm Katie Quinn, your other worship leader this morning. We welcome you to our virtual worship. You're able to chat to our panelists, and there will be time later in the service that you can share your joys and sorrows, and we will read them out loud and hold them in our hearts. On the Zoom screen, look for a symbol that says chat. This is where our moderator will list our virtual order of service and other information. As always, we invite you to check in on social media with the hashtag UUAnywhere. And after the service, we will be having virtual coffee hour with breakout rooms. I hope you will join us. Let me now introduce you to our worship team. You've met Gary Ezzell and myself. Today, we will also have our pianist, Mary Cota, our Director of Children's Ministries, Katie Resendez, our Music Director, Benji Messer, and Daisy Danforth as one of our panelists. Behind the scenes, we have our AV team, Stephanie, Carol, and Brad as our moderator this morning. And now for a few announcements. We have a plethora of community programming, from lunch with the minister to evening vespers to Death Cafe to tons of programs for the kids. All of our program links and passwords are on our weekly e-newsletter. You can sign up for Compass on our website, phoenixuu.org. We have the Save the Date. Our annual meeting will be held after the service on Sunday, June 14th. will present an update on the business of our congregation and voting on next leaders and budget. Friday's Compass has the slates of UUCP's board, the foundation board, and next year's nominating committee. Members should have received an email with the packet of materials on Friday, and they will be in next week's Compass as well. For those without email, packets will be mailed out next week. This is a very important time for our congregation. Everyone is welcome to the annual meeting, and we hope the members on record will make a point of attending. Finally, passing the basket for our offering is not currently happening, but we invite you at any time to donate through an even easier link on the website, or text UUCP to 72356, or send an offering via mail to the church office. We find that our offering numbers are much lower than if we were live, but your generosity in other ways has been abundant, and we are so very grateful. I now turn the camera to Benji for our hymn this morning.
Good morning, everyone. This song by Fire Rose Touré reminds us of our own importance, that we are each somebody. Feel free to sing with me. The lyrics are in the chat. There's a river flowing in my soul. There's a river flowing in my soul, and it's telling me that I'm somebody. There's a river flowing in my soul, and in my heart. There's a river flowing in my heart. There's a river flowing in my heart, and it's telling me that I'm somebody. There's a river flowing in my heart and in my mind. There's a river flowing in my mind. There's a river flowing in my mind, and it's telling me that I'm somebody. There's a river flowing in my mind. Oh, there's a river flowing. There's a river flowing. There's a river flowing in my soul.
Hi, good morning, everyone. I'm Katie Resendez. I'm the Director of Children's Ministries here at UUC Phoenix. This week, I've been learning a lot about the Makara. The Makara are figures in Hindu mythology that are guardians of the gateways and the thresholds. They often guard throne rooms, and they show that in-between space and that moment of moving from one's place to another. It's got me thinking about another threshold guardian, one you might know about. You see, there was once this little girl, and she had someone who really helped her decide whether to move between one place and another or stay where she was. You see, her family was going through lots of transitions, and she was right at that age where becoming an adult was imminent. She could see it, and she loved the idea of playing dress up and going out into the world in fancy clothes and even playing mother. And she chided her little brothers to make sure that they behaved, and she worked to keep house. But her family's finances were changing. Their nanny would leave them soon, and she was getting older. And she had someone come to her and show her all of the amazing things about childhood. And it really made her question whether or not she wanted to become an adult ever. They played amazing games of tag. They had food fights. They did all sorts of silly things. They played good guys and bad guys games. They made pretend about mermaids. They flew through the air, all sorts of things. And it let her create beautiful stories about the people in her lives. Maybe her mom was a wonderful princess who had been kidnapped. Maybe her dad was a terrible pirate. Maybe that nanny was a little chiding conscience fairy, keeping everyone in line. See, her guardian wanted to make sure that as she chose to step through that threshold, through that doorway into adulthood, that she didn't forget all of the wonderful things about childhood. They made sure that she had that moment to play. And as guardians do, especially guardians of doorways and gateways and things, this one chided her and said, "You don't want to go in here. You don't want to come in here. It's not amazing. It's not fantastic. Look at all these amazing things you'll be leaving behind. Why would you ever want to turn around? Why would you ever want to stop this?" But you see, even after all those adventures, even after the guardian doing everything they could to stop her, Wendy Darling still chose to fly back in that nursery window and left Peter Pan behind, because going forward and moving on was so important. And it made her more powerful, remembering all of the power of childhood. And I'm sure she kept those things with her. I'm sure she never forgot that a thimble can also be a kiss, and how powerful memories and words and childhood is. And all of us have that with us, no matter how old we are. We have the power of our childhood. We have the power of moving from one place to another, the power of crossing through that gateway. You are so powerful, and you are so very loved.
So thank you so much, Katie. There was a mistake in the text code. It's okay. The numbers are 73256. It's just a mix up. Anyway, now we'll move into joys and sorrows. It's the time where we share the joys and the sorrows of our community. Being together, it's good to share, to support each other, and connect. I want to invite any of you to send a private chat message here on Zoom for me to read with any joys, anything that you might be seeing that's giving you joy. If you want it to be private only to me and not to be shared aloud, please put the word private at the beginning and I won't say it, but I will hold it in my heart. I ask that you write your name before your message so that I can acknowledge who it is from. As I wait for those joys to come in, I wanted to share with some of you may know I graduated this week, and I wanted to let you know that I received news on Friday that I've been accepted into ASU Barrett's Honor College, and I will hopefully be attending in the fall. And now we have Donna Featherston says, many friends wish Gary Ezzell a very happy 69th birthday tomorrow. Mary McManus on Monday was elected president of her National Honors Society, her school's National Honors Society. Happy birthday to Gary from a lot of people. Valena says, wonderful breezes this week for walking outside. It truly is very beautiful. Joan Gale and Bill are happy and were able to see their grandchildren, even though it was from a distance. That's so lovely. Laurel Pardon says, Mark and I bicycled 18 miles yesterday. Wow, woohoo. Amy says, we choose a peaceful passing for our dog Chiquita on Monday. Our vet referred us to another vet who does home in euthanasias. It was as stress less as possible for her. I'm sorry, but I'm happy that she didn't feel that. Anne Chase says, my granddaughter, Brittany Chase, graduated from high school Wednesday in a virtual ceremony that will be live streamed for us to see soon. Congratulations. Brad says his birthday was yesterday. Happy birthday. Sherry, my teenage grandchildren came up with the idea of giving me a safe hug. I covered myself with a blanket and they each gave me a big hug. It was wonderful. That sounds so lovely. So Ryan Featherston has graduated from Barrett ASU, summa cum laude, with a BS in economics and a BA in business with emphasis in Chinese language and culture. He will be studying Chinese next year. Janet Jenkins' husband, Andy, is back home from the hospital and eating ice cream again. Amy also says Steve was tested this week for COVID-19 and he is luckily negative. That is so nice to hear. Kathleen Waldron says Vince and her celebrated their 34th wedding anniversary last Sunday. It's so great. And we have so many, but I want to move into some of our sorrows. So if you have any sorrows to share, I add that you share them in the chat. And again, if you would like it to be private, please put private beforehand. As you do that, a reminder, let Reverend Dance know if you or a loved one gets sick. And some congregants have been very generous in donations to the Ministerial Discretionary Fund. If you find yourself at a work furloughed or with work hours cut, please reach out. We have a sorrow from Francis and Lynn. Francis's dad died 6 years ago yesterday, the anniversary. We're so sorry for your loss. May it be remembered. We have waiting for a few more to come in. I'll jump back to some joys while they're coming in. So we have Susan Morris says, my joy is seeing such beloved faces this morning. And I want to thank you all for sending your congratulations in for me. I appreciate it so much. A sorrow from Brad, a very dear friend of his passed away this week due to natural causes. He'll be sorely missed and was loved by so many. We're sorry for your loss. Thank you for sharing your joys and sorrows. There are so many, and feel free to reach out and share them with each other after the service. We hold them in our hearts.
I invite you now to a time of meditation and prayer. Center yourselves. Put your feet on the floor if you wish. Settle in place. Take a few deep breaths. Our meditation words come from one of our favorite hymns, For All That Is Our Life. For all that is our life, we come with thanks and praise. For all life is a gift, which we are called to use to build the common good and make our own days glad. For needs which others serve, for services we give, for work and its rewards, for hours of rest and love, we come with praise and thanks for all that is our life. For sorrow we must bear, for failure, pain, and loss, for each new thing we learn, for fearful hours that pass. We come with praise and thanks for all that is our life. Join me now in a moment of silence. Amen. Blessed be. Ashe.
Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now am found. Was blind, but now I see. 'Twas grace that taught my heart to fear, and grace my fears relieved. How precious did that grace appear, the hour I first believed. Through many dangers, toils, and snares, I have already come. 'Tis grace that brought me safe thus far, and grace will lead me home. When we've been there 10,000 years, bright shining as the sun, we've no less days to sing God's praise than when we first begun.
Today, we are having a discussion about thresholds. I will be reflecting upon moving into adulthood and college. Daisy Danforth will be talking about family life, and Gary Ezzell will be talking about retirement. So I graduated high school this week, and this time between transition, between childhood and adulthood, between being told what to do every moment of every hour of every day, transitioning into getting to decide for myself how I'm going to fill the hours is a difficult and uncertain time. Am I going to sit around and watch Netflix for the rest of my life, or am I going to get out there and make something happen? To be honest, this time in development is hard enough, but what in life isn't? Our whole lives and all plans can be uprooted because of a pandemic. How am I, an 18-year-old, supposed to plan my whole future in a few months when my life got turned upside down in 24 hours? The truth is that if I've learned anything through these endless nights of unrest, anxiety, and racing thoughts, it is that this pandemic has actually shown me what I really need in life. When everything comes crumbling down around you, what is left standing? For me, it's my family. Whether that's my blood family I live with, the members I have overseas, or the chosen family I've created along the way. The friends who provide me with so much joy, despite there being so much sadness. This pandemic has shown me that what matters is doing what you love. Who cares that you failed that one quiz, or that your favorite celebrity totally picked the wrong outfit to wear today? Or it is all about making time for the things you love, whether that's music, art, sports, maybe you just love learning. Trying new things with this time. I've picked up the cello, a course on the world with no war, and I continue to fill my time with stress-free things. On the other side of things, I learned that it's okay to feel. It's okay to feel panic, to grow tired of the same routine, of the same people, It's okay to say, I'm not okay. I have learned that no matter what I do, I must take time for myself. Let myself heal, because if I don't, eventually I'm going to crash. This is a time of uncertainty. We are all feeling it on different levels, all valid levels. If there is one big takeaway I will take with me through this milestone and all milestones ahead, it is that in uncertainty, find what is certain, let it guide you, because you are definitely not alone.
Hi, friends. It's good to be with you this morning. When I said yes to Gary to be part of today's sermon, I said yes before the pandemic. 3 months ago, I was excited about Pepper, my 5-year-old, going to kindergarten in August. For the first time in 10 years, I was going to be kid-free for 6 hours a day. What's there not to be excited about? I thought my threshold was an unknown future of unbelievable freedom. It was honestly a little scary. So many questions came up. What now? What do I do? What will be mine to do? What do I give myself to? I didn't have any answers, and I still don't. But since COVID, my threshold has changed. It's more immediate, meaning I find I'm really between two places in my thoughts daily. I find myself between the pain of the past and the fear of the future. As I shelter in place with my husband and 3 kids, I find my thinking can really play havoc on my ability to be with them. How I'm thinking messes with how I'm being with them, which really is the way I do everything, right? Because how we do one thing is how we do everything. There are countless stories from the world religions sharing thresholds to be unique opportunities to silence and listen. The stories of Jesus, along with my spiritual practice of meditation, have been so helpful in reminding me to silence my mind. When I can ground myself, when I can create silent moments throughout the day, I experience truly ordinary experiences as heaven here on earth. When I can stop reacting and just be present to my kids, I experience their joy and join them in creating magical moments. What I'm trying to remember, moment by moment, is that I need only to stop my seesaw ride between pain and fear and stand in a threshold that is love, has always been love, and will always be love, just waiting for me to experience the moment as it is. Blessings to you, my friends. Until we meet again, love is holding us together.
Listening to Katie and Daisy It strikes me how life, which is different for all of us and which never repeats, nevertheless so often rhymes. The threshold I'm standing on, and rather stumbling over, is retirement. I retired a year ago at age 68, and yes, thanks folks, I turn 69 tomorrow, the yin and yang of years. And once again, I am wondering what to do with myself. I say once again because it keeps happening. When I was Katie's age, just finishing high school, I had to choose between two different universities, two different paths, journalism or science. I knew the decision was consequential and also knew that I didn't know what the consequences would be, but I had to choose. Life is like that sometimes. I chose science. After 4 years and a degree in physics and a wife, another consequential decision, I knew that I couldn't continue in physics. I just couldn't speak the math language well enough. So I was trying to figure out what to do. The only other career I knew was out was medicine. That just was not going to be a good fit for me. So we went into the Peace Corps, another leap into the unknown. And eventually time went on and I found my way into a field that turned out to be an excellent fit and one that I hadn't known existed, medical physics. Who'd have guessed? Such is life. What you think is certain may not be. So be open, take a leap, have faith, roll with what happens, and then do it again. So what now? After 42 years in the same field and 47 years of marriage, after parenting 2 children, now grown and parents themselves, after decades of mostly gradual, incremental changes, I'm now needing to do something different. What's next? How do I justify my existence? Do I need to justify my existence? I think so. At least I need to find ways to show my gratitude for all that is and has been my life. Like Katie and Daisy, I've been thinking about what really matters. And honestly, that hasn't changed over time. Stay connected to family and friends. Be open to new things. Try to get out of my own head and really pay attention to this world. And try to be useful however I can and for as long as I can. Nothing new there, just a bit more urgent now that I'm feeling the diminishments of age and sensing the reality of my eventual death. As Jane Hirschfield noted, I am not an essential service. That's all personal. As a society now, we are roiled by change, consequential decisions, lots of uncertainty. We're being thoroughly shaken. So what happens? Do we fall apart? Or does all the extra stuff, all the accretions fall away? Maybe revealing the seed of a better society. What will happen? What can we do? We will do what we can. Have faith, roll with what happens, and most importantly, stay connected. As Daisy said, it's love that matters, and it will guide us through together. Katie has recorded our closing hymn. Please sing along with her.
Hope inside us.
Before closing words, we'd like to invite you to coffee hour after the service. We'll be going to a different Zoom room where we'll be able to meet as a large group for a minute, say hi, and then we'll break out into separate small groups for a little bit of conversation. We'll put the link for the room in the chat. You'll be able to just click on it at the end of the service, and we'll also have it on the final slide. There is also coffee hour for just the kids and their families. And if you're a visitor, come on in, come join us. We're a friendly bunch. It will be good to see each other and talk to each other. Our closing words come from Joseph Addison. The 3 grand essentials to happiness in this life are something to do, something to love, and something to hope for. Go in peace, go in love. Namaste.